Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you see in the thumbnail, my hair has grown so much in the past 6 months, and I'm always getting comments and questions about my hair and how I get it to grow so fast and why it's so thick and just all the things. And I really, first of all, appreciate all the lovely comments and feedback on my hair. So I wanted to give you guys a few tips that would help with growing your hair and also retaining your length. Whether you are natural or relaxed, I feel like this is pretty universal. So yeah, if you want to get some insight, just keep on watching. And also don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and click the bell for the notifications, because I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. So it would really help so much if you did any of those things. I'd really appreciate it. And let's jump into the video. Okay, so as a disclaimer, I feel like you guys probably already know this, but genetics plays a very huge part in why I have so much hair and why my hair grows really fast. I've always had thick hair, like literally out the womb. So having a lot of hair just kind of runs in my family, it runs in my bloodline, so that's just one of the things that I'm blessed with. But there have definitely been periods of my life where I had really thin hair or my hair was breaking off because I wasn't taking care of it. I'm gonna give you guys a few tips to make sure that you can avoid having your hair break off and just have it really long and healthy and thriving. We want thriving curls. So my first tip for growing my hair out is doing a lot of protective styles. My protective style of choice happens to be stretch styles. So things like braid outs and twist outs, even Bantu knots, those have just done me wonders. For one, I think a really big part of keeping your hair length and really getting it to grow really long is by keeping your hands out of your hair. So you want as little manipulation as possible. For me, what I usually do is I'll do my braid out and I'll let it dry for about 2 or 3 days. I'll either put it in a head wrap or I'll do one of these little twisted bun things with my twist, and I'll just put them back into a bun and just kind of pin any of the pieces that are kind of hanging out and just let it air dry. After 2 or 3 days, I'll take the braids or the twist out, and then I'll just have my hair like this. My hair is about a week old. This was a twist out. It's very old. I actually really need to wash it, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys because I knew you guys were gonna ask questions about my hair. So I wanted to give you this info. But yeah, stretch styles are really good because it's low manipulation. You're not having your hands in your hair. You're not pulling your hair. There's not any tension. You're just leaving it alone and letting it be. When your hair is in braids or twists while it's drying, it's protected. It's just sealed with all the moisture and all of the products that you put in, so your hair is just really able to thrive without having that extra manipulation that you would if, say, you were doing a lot of wash and goes. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, you would know that wash and goes were 100% my thing. For a majority of my time being natural, I've been a wash and go girl, but in the past 6 months, I've completely changed that, and it's just been stretch styles for me. I've barely done any wash and goes. I've been loving it here because it's low maintenance. I don't really have to worry about it, and it just works. Besides doing a stretch style, so like a twist out, braid out, Bantu knots, you can also opt for doing protective styles such as like faux locks, box braids, passion twists. The reason that I put this tip second is because a lot of protective styles put a lot of tension on your roots, and all of that tension is not good. Girl, it's not good. Okay, I know we've all had that one braider that took our edges, that snatched our edges with them doing our box braids because they just put way too much tension on our hair, because obviously you want the style to last a long time, but putting all of that tension on your hair is not good. A lot of women end up with tension alopecia. You can end up with having a lot of thin spots if you're doing a lot of protective styles that put too much tension on your scalp. And one of the biggest things with growing your hair is having a healthy scalp. So if you have a scalp that's constantly under tension, you're gonna be dealing with hair loss, breakage, thinning, or bald spots eventually if that is a repetitive thing for you. So if you are going to be doing box braids, twists, any of those things, either do them yourself to where you can control the amount of tension that you're putting on your roots, or make sure that you search for a really good braider and reiterate like 10 or 12 times that you want low tension on your scalp so that your hair does not break, especially your edges. How are you gonna do your baby hairs if you don't got no edges? How? You can't. This is actually a tip from my stylist who cuts my hair. And I know cutting our hair is not the funnest thing to do. For me it is. I don't care if my hair is short, I don't care if it's long, I full freedom with my hair. But I know for a lot of women, cutting their hair can be a little bit daunting. But one of the tips that my stylist gave me, because I had asked her like, how often should I be cutting my hair? Because I feel like I get a different answer. Some people say every 3 months, some people say every quarter, some are saying every 6 months or once a year, and it's just so many answers. It's really hard to get a grasp of what the right answer is. And the tip that she gave me was, when you start to notice that it's really hard to detangle your hair, or you're losing a lot more hair in the shower, that's probably a good sign that it's time to trim your ends. And the reason why is because your ends are gonna be either split, either they're brittle. I get a lot of single strand knots and they tend to be at the bottom of the strand. They can get dry, they can start to break off. So if you're noticing that, hey, it's taking you a little bit longer to work through your hair while you're detangling in the shower, or it's just you're losing a little bit more hair than normal, then probably opt to get a trim. I don't necessarily think that it needs to be like every 3 months or every 6 months. I say just listen to your hair and the health of your hair, because in reality it's going to be different for everybody. For women who use a lot of heat on their hair, they're probably going to have to get trims more frequently than girls who don't use any heat or don't chemically process their hair. So I think that was a really, really good answer that she gave me. So I just wanted to pass that tip on to you. If you're struggling with length retention, if you're losing a lot of hair in the shower when you're detangling, it's probably time for a trim. And first of all, you're gonna save a whole lot of time detangling, but your hair is gonna be a lot healthier because you're not gonna be getting as many tangles, and it's gonna be a lot less breakage on the ends of your hair, and you want your ends to be healthy if you wanna grow your hair. Okay, my next tip for hair retention is making sure that you're finding the right products for your hair, and that coincides with learning your hair porosity. Once I found out that my hair was low porosity, it just changed my whole world. I was actually able to build a routine for my hair that actually worked. I think YouTube is such a great asset. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. You are able to find so much information, but sometimes it can be really overwhelming when you're watching videos of girls who don't have a hair type like you, who have a different hair texture than you, and they're using these products, and you see that it works for them, and you try to adopt that routine for yourself, but it doesn't work because it might not be meant for your hair. So I think really learning how to navigate, first of all, your texture and your porosity. Once you figure out those two things, I can't even tell you how much easier my journey as a natural haired woman has been once I figured out how to, first of all, manage my texture and embrace my texture and figure out what styles work with it and what doesn't. Should I do my hair on super wet hair or just slightly damp hair? All those little things that we probably don't think too much about make a really huge difference in how our hair reacts, how we enjoy it, and also just how it maintains and retains moisture. So I think it's just really, really important to learn more about your texture and how to care for it, and also to learn about your porosity. That you should be doing a deep conditioner regularly, but definitely do your deep conditioners regularly. And also hot oil treatments. I feel like that just kind of disappeared. We don't hear about them too often, but a good hot oil treatment after a deep conditioner to seal everything in. Thank me later. And lastly, but most importantly, keep your scalp healthy. I even avoid doing my puffs too often because I know that puts a lot of tension on my hair, and especially since I've had short hair for the past like 2 or 3 years, I haven't been able to do puffs until like the last month. And I've been noticing like I get a headache almost every single time because it puts that much tension. So definitely make sure that you're doing low tension styles. Keep your scalp clean. I have a very dry scalp. So for me, I have to wash my hair about 2 times a week just to keep it healthy and to make sure that it's not just full of like dry flakes, because that's not healthy. Not to say that my hair isn't gonna grow, because obviously it still grows, but I think my hair definitely flourishes when my scalp is nice and clean. Make sure you're doing either a detox or a clarifying shampoo maybe once a month, or however often your hair needs it. It might be 2 times a month, it might be once a quarter. You have to figure that out for yourself, but definitely make sure that you are keeping your scalp healthy because your hair grows from the scalp. So if your scalp is all, you know, jacked up, girl, you're gonna have some issues. If you have any questions, if you need any product recommendations, please let me know down below. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, turn on the notifications. I'd really appreciate it. Again, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.